Welcome to the Sykes & Company PA video blog featuring Ollin Sykes.
When someone's decided that they're going to buy a pharmacy and they're starting the process, what's the biggest roadblock you've seen come up for buyers?
Well, I don't know that there's one single roadblock that I've seen, but often the seller not having the appropriate information at hand, or it not being accurate, or it being incomplete, or the seller not having prepared for the sales event to occur. I run into those quite frequently. In fact, I can think of one right now where a seller has amassed tremendous amounts of assets inside of his entity, and he can't get those assets out quick enough for some tax reasons. And he's got a buyer in the store that wants to buy him, and there's just all kinds of issues because he hasn't prepared properly for the exit. And it's a tremendous store. It's a very large store. There's a lot of volume. So, again, there's not one particular issue or another, Rachel, but it's typically tied to either accounting or tax-related as being the roadblocks in most cases.
And on the buyer's side, is there a piece of homework that you see buyers routinely not do that slows the process down?
When you get a motivated buyer, they're typically ready to get closed as quickly as possible. One thing that I do see that they run into issues with is the third-party reimbursement process. They typically don't understand what they have to go through in getting all the adjudication process moving with the various carriers and PBMs. And that's where they typically need to go outside and get some help on. We've got some experts that we work in that particular area that can facilitate that. A lot of times they'll say, well, no, I can handle that myself. And then 8 months later, they still don't have it handled. I'm thinking of a guy right now down in the southern part of the country who's not been able to do Medicaid processing for 3 months because of that, because he didn't do what he should have done up front. But that's probably one area that I see that's a buyer lots of times thinks they can handle all this process, and you can't. You've got to have a healthcare legal specialist, and I'm not talking about your friend attorney across the street. I'm talking about somebody who deals in these kinds of things constantly. You've got to have a CPA who deals with pharmacies and understands these kinds of things consistently. And I'm not talking about a CPA, maybe has one or two pharmacy as clients. You've got to have these third-party experts, but there are folks in this country that can help and assist you in the process that are not trying to sell you a product or generate a commission from you, but trying to help you get in business as quickly as possible. Also, the banks, the pharmacy lending banks know who these people are in the industry. They can also assist you in that process. So that would just be a couple of thoughts I have there.
I talked to one of your clients who said that you helped him open his pharmacy months earlier than he would have been able to open without you. Are these the kind of things that he was referring to, getting all this set up?
Yes, it is. It's about getting the accounting processes set up. It's about getting the cloud accounting and payroll matters and payables situations squared away. It's about getting all the third-party stuff situated so there's no delay, there's no issues dealing with the transition from buyer to seller. But again, that third-party adjudication area is one main stumbling block that we see a lot of times. That really screws up the cash cycle, and that's a major issue.
Thank you for joining us today. If you want more information or have any questions, please feel free to contact Ollin directly.